Here's a question. Would you stay Gallagher at Celtic? I wouldn't ever have them anywhere near the team again.
Really? Why?
Value of Scottish players is disgusting.
What you're saying about the Vernler being top 10, the Premier League team, Christie, easy top 10 Premier League team.
McBurney, Golden Boot, Euro 2021. I'm putting a 10 on it.
The only person I've ever seen with hair the same colour as her teeth, but
My teeth are named. Right, welcome back to Top Binz podcast. This is number 3 now. If you missed us last week, we were too busy trying to find Evan a toothbrush. Couldn't find one. Before we start, right, we're going to start talking about these two tops. But we've got the best Johnny Hayes lookalike you've ever seen on the end.
Fuck's sake, here we go.
Dog boy.
What's that with me? You right?
Welcome.
Johnny Hayes, man, you know what's coming.
Right, but I've got one more hand, right. You still have the Scotland top.
right, he's been bumming this top.
Here we go.
He's
I've
been
been
bumming
waiting
this
for this all
He's been
day.
bumming it up since he got here, saying, I'll keep it, I'll show it
No,
on
right,
camera.
it's not a great
So
top,
let's-
right.
Is it Copenhagen?
No, worse.
Oh no.
Can't
Right,
remember.
let's go.
Well,
Let's
well,
go.
ready?
The big reveal.
Right, you just close your eyes.
It can't be worse than
Just
this.
turn it up,
Let's
take
close
it
our
off.
eyes.
Take it off.
You ready?
Aye.
Oh my
Preston North.
I
Christ.
signed Preston. How do you even get a hold of that?
Who signed that, Joey Garner?
Joey Garner. Yeah,
Wow.
probably. Yeah, by the way, what were you saying?
Worst I've ever
I'll,
seen.
right,
I don't know about
here's-
yours, but
I'll give you £50 right now if you tell me one player that's on that.
What's that say?
Joey Garner.
You must have been drinking tennis when you got that fucking top.
That's all.
What are you wearing the hat for?
Wow.
I'm going to dig that out straight away, I
because the
know.
Barnett's no quite on point yet.
Is it ever?
Well, we're about to go back into lockdown, so you better get one, quick.
I know, you're right.
Oh,
But
no.
hey, it could be worse.
Could be worse.
It's a mop, eh?
I'll be going Baldy again.
Right, let's get on it, man.
that'll
Come
do
on.
it.
Let's
Well,
have it.
Alvarez here, man.
Johnny Hayes, Canelo Alvarez, come on.
Right,
Fuck me.
It's quite funny, but innit?
alright, you just want to go.
No, but we get Scotland.
Is he still talking?
We get Scotland top side, right? Obviously, in light of the amazing success the national team have got.
Aye.
There's actually a capped Scotland player here.
Is it?
There's two.
Aye.
Aye.
Two?
Jack's also capped as well.
I can't believe you forgot.
But-
No, you're not.
Aye, is mate. We're at the same camp together.
Aye.
Aye.
Did he get again?
Aye, but I was in the first team, he was in the second.
Oh! What are you guys saying about that?
When did his career finish?
Oh!
I don't want to get that person.
There's no other place to start. Let's just talk about Scotland. Well, we,
Unreal, eh?
Unbelievable, mate.
Right.
So good.
mate, we are like, I don't know how to, I don't know if you just talk
But
first.
see the whole game watching it, right? I said it the whole thing. Even when we scored us, it was Scotland. This we're gonna bottle it. 100. We're gonna bottle it, and I was like, oh, don't be so negative. Don't be so negative. It's like, nah, we're gonna. I'm expecting it. But I 90th minute.
Aye, mate.
Honestly.
When that last goal went in, I feared for the worst.
Aye,
Oh,
mate, this is
Feared for the worst.
with the 10 minutes to go, John McGinn goes off, Lyndon Dykes goes off, Ollie McBurney, right, no,
We'll
right.
get into it. Right,
Just
can
want
we,
to start with Ollie McBurney.
no, we can get into him
We'll
later.
get to
I'm
him
going to
later.
slaughter him.
Right, no, we'll
Slaughter him, mate.
we'll go with a bit of positivity first, like,
Yeah.
Steve Clark comes in.
What a gaffer he is.
What a gaffer.
Honestly.
Mate, he's the only man that can talk without actually moving his mouth. Have you seen it? Watch his interviews, mate. His mouth doesn't open, mate. It's fucking brilliant.
Oh,
But aye,
mate, seriously, what a manager though.
Nah.
You look at it with Kelly as well.
Aye,
he's-
done well.
He came into Kelly when they were kind of struggling, and he took them to third place, didn't he?
Third place with Kelly, that is.
It's unbelievable, and you look at them now, they're kind of.
Oh, you look at it. He went
Shake
from
back down,
he went from third place Europe to getting beat off Kona's Key.
Aye.
I know, mate,
Who?
but come on.
Welsh
Kona's
team, mate.
Exactly.
Imagine getting beat off a Welsh team, mate.
It's not great.
So you look at
Welsh,
and
mate.
what a job he's done.
Mate, I think he's actually like, how do you do that? See, to be fair, but this is what we all said.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the team for it. Our team, like, you see, you've got that Scotland team.
It's
Like,
strong.
That's
it's
the
so
main
strong.
thing, but
Aye, it's
that's the
decent,
main thing.
good
See,
team,
all
yeah.
Scotland like teams usually it's just good players for your club, every club and all that put together, and then they're just individuals. Whereas this year it just seems like they're a team. Even see after you watch the celebrations, they're not dancing about together. Do you know what I mean?
No, they,
It's weird to
See
see
all
like
different clubs and that
Rangers and
just
Celtic
enjoying.
players like mixing and
I
that.
know,
Do you know?
like,
Do you know how
you
that?
look at Jack and McGregor, they
How
get
did they do
on.
together?
A bottle of shit.
Unbelievable.
They're class. I mean,
Aye.
right, I'll start with you because you don't late.
What?
Wow.
Wow,
Oh,
remix in the house.
You don't
Oh,
rate
exactly.
Ryan Jack.
no, I didn't say I didn't rate him.
Ah, come on.
No,
then.
he's
Oh,
not.
Just the
oh,
cameras
sorry,
on
it's
it.
the camera.
Oh, just the cameras on
No,
it.
I don't like
but
praising Rangers players. He's a decent player, but he's no Conor McGregor.
He's no fucking. No, that's getting cut.
Stop swearing. That's the second time you've sworn.
No, he's alright. He's good at his job. I'll say that, right?
What's his job then?
You're going to line that
breaking
back
up
up
the
again.
plane, passing it
Right,
5
I'm like,
yards.
no, he's a decent player. I'm not going to sit here and be like, he's not a good player. There's better players than him. But
And-
for what he does, he's good at his job.
In the Scotland team, you don't should be starting.
No.
Well, no, to be fair, he played well the other night, but you could easily play like, I'm not saying drop Ryan Jack, but you could play like McGinn, and then you could play who's the other
Do you know
midfielders?
I'm
Like
surprised?
Dominey,
Do you know I'm
something
surprised he
like
doesn't get a look
Aye.
in? But Stuart Armstrong.
Yeah.
Aye, that's it. Who's the other
How does he not get a
midfielder?
look in?
But
But then that looks at the bench.
In the big games,
You've
that
got
is.
people like Kenny McLean that can come off the bench. He's a decent player or not?
Ryan Jack's better.
I'd rather Ryan Jack.
Agreed.
No, but I'm just
Okay,
saying
fine.
overall in the squad, Stuart
Aye.
Armstrong's a good player.
It's a
We've got
good
Christie.
squad, innit? It's a strong
See
squad.
Just
a lot of
Christie-
the glorified Premier League Scotland players. They're
Aye.
all overhyped.
Do you know how it's mad? But like, you've got all this talent like Roberts and that, but the team literally evolves. What one is it?
Jesus Christ, guys.
Right, anyway, whatever one
Revolve.
it is, like Lyndon Dykes.
To
Aye,
be,
that
to
plays
be,
unreal.
to be fair, by he's a good player.
Like the whole team
Good
works just because of Lyndon Dykes. What is up with me?
But that's it. No, but see, the thing is,
I'm getting sick of you.
No, but like,
but you take Dykes off, right? Who's
Night and
hold
day-
up plays
oh,
excellent,
night
right? And
and day,
it
mate.
comes to Burnley. His first touch is 10 yards away from him.
And then Callum Patterson comes on like fucking, what's that porn star called? What's he called?
Fucking
Ron
stop
Jeremy? Oh, but Callum Patterson, mate, come on. I know it's November, but did you see him?
mate, Birmingham, honestly, they should be dropped for the squad for the.
Alone, just the tash,
Honestly.
but the football about that.
I
I rate it, man.
McBurney's shocking anyway. The
McBurney-
moustache just made it even
Right,
worse.
can anybody here actually tell me like what McBurney's done to merit playing for Scotland?
He took his
Sorry,
penalty well, but
Can I just stop you there, right?
That's what I say.
What has Ollie McBurney done to justify a 20-30 million pound price tag?
He's quite funny on Twitter. I think that's about it. That's the only-
But seriously,
Surely I got that
Good
much cheaper, but
good for a laugh.
seriously though, like I think he's obviously had a couple of poor games, and I don't think he's not my cup of tea, but I don't
Last
think
time
he's
he's seen him play
done
well.
anything that's justified it.
He's not scored for Scotland yet,
Price
and I think he's
you know
had
what I
like
mean?
15 caps now or something.
15 taps.
I'm something like that, mate, I swear, right? He's no goals. Dykes is what, 6 caps, 2 or 3 goals, so and Dykes is just a better player.
Do you know,
Yes.
do you know the best player? But
Dykes only went for what, $1 million? McBurney's 20.
That's scary, isn't
Aye,
it?
but do you know who the most important player is for Scotland? I know you said it revolves around
John
like
McGinn.
Lyndon Dykes. Excellent player as well, but I think McGinn's like a good centre mid and he does all the grunt work of that, but I think Christie's a threat.
McLennan was playing the win.
I don't think John
He plays
McGinn
centre
was.
mid for
I think John McGinn's a really good player in that, but I think he was at his best the other night. I think it was more the other players personally.
Who was your standard?
Christie.
Standout for me was Declan Gallagher. I thought he was solid.
Mate, I would didn't even speak about him.
He was solid because
How good's that?
Mitrovic is a big boy, man, isn't he? He dealt with him well.
Mate, actual pocketed him.
Aye. Who did he come for before Motherwell? Was he obviously
Livy.
Motherwell? Was it
Yeah,
Livy?
Livy.
Aye.
He was
think
at
he
Celtic
got
and then
released,
he
didn't he?
police trouble or something like that. And then,
I done a stint in the jail. It was the police trouble.
No, mate, I must say.
you know, but what else? I don't want it out of him.
Putting it nicely, wasn't it?
No,
Police
because
trouble.
people are talking about him starting that, and I'm like, somebody from Motherwell starting that, but no, he was good, man.
Mate, the
Solid.
two of them, that...
That O'Donnell was already enough.
He's one of
Aye.
the he's one of the like few players that you ever see that he's absolutely average for his club, and then he comes to the national
Who,
team and he just
O'Donnell?
turns into a superstar.
Who, O'Donnell or Declan?
Gallagher.
No, he's been class for Motherwell as well.
No, but he turns into a different player when he's playing for
See,
the national team. I don't know if it's
that
because
boy
like, all the
for-
better players round him just make him like up his game. Like it's like some players like could come from Motherwell and then come into like a team full of hundreds of good players and go into their shell and not perform, but it's like he steps up a gear and he shows like other teams that might be interested, like this is what I can do when you put these good players around me and a good solid backing, like the Marshall.
Here's a
How comfortable you be?
here's a question. Would you take Gallagher at Celtic?
I'd take him to Celtic and do that.
Would I take Gallagher at Celtic? Yes.
Before
Aye.
Duffy.
I think I would as well.
Of course you would. Aye,
I think
definitely.
we'll get on to Shane Duffy and Celtic, I think, but
Oh, he's got a podcast for himself.
Contain yourself, Jack. I mean, but
wow.
aye, can we just talk
We'll
about that?
talk
See,
about
we're
that later,
talking about Shane Duffy though, the
Yeah.
captain all day for Ireland, and Harry Maguire was the captain for England.
Aye.
Have you seen two worst captains? Harry Maguire.
Wow.
Big dinner all day.
Sardines on toast. We look at our group next summer.
Unbelievable. When
How good's that?
when have you
Is it?
ever had Scotland and England in a group together?
I
I honestly don't know the
when we
question.
played them.
No, the last time they were at a tournament.
Aye.
Obviously, wasn't in our lifetime.
Forget
But
that.
You're right, you're right.
No, that's
shocking
really,
thing.
really.
No, but see the fact there's one-off games, I fancy us against Czech Republic.
We've beat them. They've not won at Hampden.
Mate, Croatia aren't as
They've not
good
beat
now
us at
either.
Hampden.
See, since after that World Cup, Croatia aren't as good.
Modric, Rakitic.
I think some going.
No.
Mandzukic.
Mandzukic retired, mate.
Is he?
Mandzukic retired,
You're
Rakitic's
joking.
about 40,
Is he?
Modric's about 40.
I mean, Modric is still class, but they
Just-
know what they are, mate.
Just put Lyndon Dykes on Lovren.
Perisic.
Lovren, aye.
Perisic got some bit for them, didn't
Perisic.
he?
Aye, he's a good player,
Still
but
playing.
a
Rebic.
lot of their players are a bit older, like Rakitic and that, like they're in their 30s.
See, to be honest, see if
Well,
you put it this way, like, you just have to win one of the Croatia-England games you're through.
Ideally, try and win your
I mean,
first
you
game.
would, just what I'm basically saying, we're going to beat Czech Republic, right? We still have to win that game, but you win 2 out, you're 3, you're through.
Like,
I'd say.
See
Ideally,
if we get beat off Czech Republic, may as well just got the road
Are
in.
we going?
who's the...
There's the real question. Are we going?
Aye.
Where we going?
Where are the games?
London.
Where are the
Aye.
games again? Is it-
Hampden for Czech Republic and Croatia and Wembley for England.
Aye, try and go.
Mate, I'm sorry, but
Pretend to be the biggest Scotland fan ever, but...
Aye,
I
exactly.
know, I've got
I'll be getting my name in the back and all.
I have to dig this out, mate.
Part-timer, man, but...
No, but
that's what's all about, isn't it?
see if you're like, see if you can go down, like everyone will be.
No, definitely.
Everyone-
Mate.
Be riots,
I'll
right
drive
now.
them.
There actually will be riots, but...
Mate,
I'll
no,
drive
there
them.
will
Who's
be.
wanting
Like
that?
that would be like quite dodgy.
Who's the first game in the group?
Czech Republic, I think.
I see, that's quite good then. You want to try and
So
win
you
your
do have
first
to win
game.
a start,
Aye,
and then you
that's
give
what I mean.
yourself.
You get beat
off
off Czech Republic, you may as well just.
Is it
Don't
just
even turn up for England.
is it just 3 games or is it 6? Is
It's
it?
not free. So you put, I think it's Czech Republic, then it's England, and then the last one's Croatia.
Oof.
So
And then
But
whoever's got in the
So see,
last 16.
ideally then,
Aye, aye.
see if we beat Czech Republic. I'm saying we as if I'm up here fucking tartan army loyal, but see if it's like we beat Czech Republic and then England, Croatia, they could potentially slip up, and then that's a draw. Do you know what I mean?
See if they
That
get a
could
draw.
be decent.
aye.
Imagine.
What was so funny about that?
He's a great addition to this squad, mate. Right, let's get
Scotty Sinclair over there.
Oh, he plays for them, doesn't he?
Aye.
Who's the
He
manager?
been- he been-
Euro guy.
Alex Neil.
He didn't have a day meetup. What was his name? What's that? Neil's just trying to say about Scotland.
David Marshall, that video, that's
Oh.
tremendous.
Mate.
The video.
What's it?
Just
Yeah,
overall.
no, right, see extra time. What a save he's pulled off.
Oh, mate.
Oh, the one for outside the box.
Some
Aye.
keeper, isn't he?
Oh, he's good, mate.
Unbelievable.
Do you know how
Why,
good-
why Celtic not signed him? He was free and said he wanted to come.
Aye, see looking
Why
back,
did you not sign him?
now you'd be like to yourself, why would we sign Barkas? We
Aye.
could have got David Marshall, but
But
obviously
he's
it's
not-
a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Right, see, apparently, but not that I watch Greek international football, right?
But you did anyway.
No, I didn't watch it, but apparently,
Athens
apparently
versus.
Barkas had an excellent game.
Aye.
Who was he
Aye.
playing against? Fucking. Oh, sorry.
I've got no idea.
Didn't you watch the Slovakia game?
No.
Wait, I didn't even know they were playing. I didn't realise it was that early either.
Nah. It was basically a rotated team. But see, to be honest, I think I watched the highlights, didn't watch the whole game, but
I seen the highlights.
I think everyone was saying that like we battered them basically. There was a chance in the very like last hit of the ball by
Aye.
Griffiths.
Had
like,
two
the three
chances,
on-
Griffiths.
Some say.
McBurney had about 12, but anyway.
Then you even know what happens if you win the Nations League.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
no, I think it's the exact same as what happened.
I don't understand it.
Ain't interesting.
No, I think it's the
in
same as
anything
World
until
Cup.
the Euros, mate.
No, it's the exact same setup. Like, so see how we won that final and we get into.
Honestly, mate,
We get into
you've
Euro.
lost me. I don't know.
So we get into Euros by
I'm
winning that
baffled.
final there.
Aye.
If we win this final, we get into the World Cup. I think it is.
The World Cup.
Aye.
Imagine us in the World Cup, mate.
God.
I think
No,
that's
but
how it happened.
see this
So
Nations
confusing, mate.
I,
It's so
I
confusing.
don't understand it because I seen like it's like a group into it, and
And
then
this stage
it
is
said
like explain the
England
coefficient into it.
can't win.
Gibberish.
England can't win.
Like, they can't win the what was it called
Nations League.
Nations League. So what does that mean then?
Right,
Like,
well,
does it like all the winners qualify the groups? Is that what it is? Or
mate, I'm getting
Aye.
bored. Are you getting bored?
I'm so bored.
Let's just
mate.
move on for Nations
Well-
League. I can't wait to talk about this.
What?
I know it's coming.
Celtic won. Sparta Bragg.
Sparta
Bragg.
Bragg.
Sparta
Who they?
Bragg.
Who
That's-
they?
well,
They're a
that-
new team, innit?
That's what I mean. They're that bad you can't even get their name right.
I know again. Celtic won. Sparta Prague's B team 4. Right, I'm just going to say. I'm not going to say a word. Right, for the next 2 minutes.
Jack, on you
You
go.
talk
let
to
go
me
fir-
about that.
You want to go first, Jack, and just work our way around.
Shane Duffy needs to go. I've said it.
What are you saying?
I don't know. Well, absolutely
Speechless.
shocking.
It's just
Schoolboy defending.
see just that result, man. That's just not acceptable.
Why
It's
is this
just-
happening though? That's
It's
what
that-
we picked ourselves back up against Aberdeen.
Aye, how does it? Aye, that's what I
Looking
mean.
really good, I thought. in that
A
game.
good win like that, normally you kick on,
You kick
and
on.
they've just like that was even worse, I think, than the Rangers game, if
Right.
possible.
Why know the worst thing about it?
Yeah.
But
Which
the worst. Gear at Big Licks and the the group chat after Rangers conceded the third goal in the 90th
Oh,
minute.
he's giving it large.
Who
No,
was
it's us.
what Celtic players were?
Aye.
No,
No,
we were.
Celtic
Oh,
players.
right, even Celtic
I
players were.
forgot.
Absolutely
Stop browsing the chat.
slaughtering all the Rangers fans, man, and the next thing you know, 1, 2,
I
3,
know.
4.
I know.
Hey, see what
it's
you
a
said? Get Shane Duffy out. I don't care, right? There's no way that is all Shane Duffy's fault.
No,
No.
Come on, mate. How many performances has he put in like that?
Yeah, but you
That of
don't
course.
only score one goal at home against
I'm
Sparta
not
Prague
just
beating
saying it's
because of Shane Duffy.
I'm not just
See-
saying that, but how many goals has he caused since he's been here?
Aye, did you
Is a
see?
£3 million
No.
loan deal? You try to tell me that's acceptable?
No, it shouldn't be in the
Shite
team.
job here.
It shouldn't be in the
Language.
team, but like what else? What else was wrong with it? Because it wasn't just him.
No, it was everything, mate. The field, it
I
was
know,
just
it
a
was
shambles,
everything.
mate. There was going
It was
forward.
everything,
It
but-
was just, it was just not existing.
Nobody cared.
Aye,
That's
that,
what-
that,
nobody
aye, that
cared.
was what it was pretty much.
See if you get beat 4-1, like, see when Griffiths came on, the first thing he done started shouting at people, which you should be doing. They're getting beat. Half a Sparta Prague's B team, and then he's absolutely screaming at folk and all that, and then there's just people cutting about.
See.
You get El Yunusi sitting at the side on his phone.
What do you think
what
about
about that, by the way?
Would you?
Do you know
I don't think it's that bad.
No, mate,
What?
it doesn't look good, especially if
I
you're
don't
getting
think he
beat.
was sitting on his phone, like just like
No, he was.
interested.
He
Aye,
was
aye,
on his
He's-
phone, mate.
No,
He
you
says
see
he was-
him,
he
he was
says-
on it, you only see 2 seconds, mate.
Your
That's the,
phone shouldn't be out.
Aye, mate,
Aye,
you
he
sit,
shouldn't-
sit,
he shouldn't
on,
be
sit on the
right.
bench, sit in the stand and go on
no,
your
he
phone
said
after it.
he
no.
said that he was checking the other score in the group.
Which, to be fair to El Yunusi, is...
Right after the game.
He's going to say that though, he could
No,
have
but to
been
be
anything.
fair to him, he's absolutely
Could've
came
been
out and scored a hat-trick.
Aye, to be fair, I would have slaughtered
He
him
can't.
if he didn't score a hat-trick. But
He showed some character getting back for like, the pits, basically, and then...
So he's made up for it.
no, but see what you're saying that.
made up for being the phone.
But see
He
what-
scored against Prague, I know. Like,
But Europe's
he's been a threat.
basically over for you now.
Aye, we need to win all 3 games, and then even that might not
It's
help us.
hard one.
I mean, it was a tough group, right? But I still expected you to be like at least competitive until the 5th or 6th game.
Well, we've drew against the hardest team because Lille pumped Milan, didn't they?
What was the score on that?
You
It
know,
was like 3-0,
Was
and
it?
it was at Milan. I know there wasn't any fans in that, but
I can't even mind the boy. He scored a hat-trick. Right?
Yazici.
It's a boy that always was classic football.
boy
but
with a ponytail or something
Aye.
playing up front in the first game.
Yazici.
He's a player, but
Yes. But like, does that bother you? Big season going for 10 in the Europe.
No, you
I
still
think
Surely that's got to bother.
No, it
it's
does.
obviously no
No,
good enough
no,
for
it
a
does.
couple at Celtic, but main objective's the league, innit?
no, but
it's one of the
It's
ones.
not good
But
enough.
you could play against any team in the world. I think you could probably agree with this as well. Like Celtic or Rangers, you could go. We've got like Real Madrid in the group. See, you get Real Madrid in the group, you go. We're going to get absolutely hammered after them. It still hurts when it happens because you still expect them to go out and do something.
Well, it's not even that. Like you're saying, like, it's about the league. Like, it's not as if you're sitting top of the league. Like,
No.
pretty,
No,
do you know what I mean?
that's
Like,
what I
so
mean.
it's like
no.
a bit worrying.
See
the
with
winter.
Celtic.
Like that. Sorry,
No, you go finish.
Like, I was going to say, like,
Aye.
usually I think like if you have like a few bad games, I'm like, right, it's Celtic or something around. But like, as a person who doesn't support them, I genuinely couldn't believe I was watching that game. Like,
No.
apparently that striker was like a part-time electrician or something.
Unbelievable,
That's
innit?
what they say.
Like,
No,
It was
That
some
is
player.
though, it's unbelievable.
The Sparkies will get some cycling off.
like honestly, I was
No.
actually blown away by
no.
that.
See, the thing is with Celtic.
Blown away, do you mean that?
Aye.
Sparky?
No. I didn't mean that about you. I am.
No, I think Celtic should always be getting in the Champions League, right? So to be in the Europa League, first of all, is a bit disappointing, and then to be getting beat, like, so, like, I think it was embarrassing. So I think that just made
It's
it
hard to
even
get
worse.
yourself up for Sparta Prague, innit?
But you know,
Just didn't it is, but
How is it?
No, I'm
Game in
No,
Europe? That's it.
Oh, relax.
No,
No,
I'm
I'm
not
so
having
enjoying.
that. You can't make statements. I'm not having that.
maybe, but you're
No,
saying
no,
it
no,
wasn't, as you said, mate. You actually did say Sparta Prague B, and you're actually correct because they had about
No,
9 players
no.
missing. It was there's 17-year-olds playing 20-year-olds.
You could have put their C team out and they'd still beat us. man,
that's
the way they
one of
play
the
us are
worst
cutting about.
results.
Mate,
in
Celtic
a long
chucked.
time.
They basically chucked it then, which was the worst thing. They just couldn't be arsed.
Didn't that see that Sparta Prague B team? Didn't he beat St Mirren?
Aye, but
Come on.
Are you kidding?
A Sparta Prague B team. The guy was an electrician.
They just beat Celtic. They obviously going to beat St Mirren.
Celtic Park.
No,
That
mate,
was that's
mate, Sparta,
outrageous.
they're, st- they're
That
still
was
a,
in Croft.
Outrageous.
mate, they're still a European team, isn't they? But there's no way Celtic should be getting beat 4-1 or Sparta Prague.
Sparta Prague are a European team.
Aye.
Their B team, isn't they? But the fact that you've just said, I think they could beat St Mirren is the
I
worst
don't
thing
know,
I've ever
mate.
heard.
I don't think it's the worst one ever. The guy was an electrician, and he scored a hat.
Seen some of St Mirren's players, mate.
Mate, but
They're all full time.
mate, there's been shocking
That's
results.
their
before.
actual job.
Mate, Celtic get beat off that. What's that team you used to play? That Lincoln Red Imps or something like that?
Aye.
They were in the game. They were going about in like mopeds or something like that.
Aye, who?
The boy was like a taxi driver or something like that. The guy that scored the winning goal.
That was
So, I
Rogers'
mean, it's
first game,
mental.
but Rogers' first game, then he went in.
And Ambrose's
Went
last
unbeaten.
game for Celtic, I believe.
What was it?
I think
Do I
so.
know a fun fact about Efe Ambrose?
Go on,
Never played in an old firm.
Huh?
Is he not?
Never played in an old
Thank
firm.
God for that.
He played in
Really?
it. See when we beat Barca, he
Mm.
played in that game.
Did he?
Aye.
So I was watching Rangers Livy and then Clyde Tilsley. He's never played in an old firm. I was like,
Nah, surely
Say that
that's
for the
man.
podcast.
I was like, I actually did, mate. I'm using that.
No, he was at Celtic for a good while, surely.
I know,
mate.
but that's what. Well,
Aye,
unless
Rangers were in the
Aye,
bottom
but-
tier of
No,
Scottish
but,
football.
no,
weren't
but
they?
even
Aye,
before
that's fair
that, he
point.
was still at Celtic. Well, it might be. I don't know.
Do I know, right, and this is a big if, obviously there's still a lot of season to go, right, but see if Rangers win the league, like they walk into a Champions League playoff,
That's mental.
how heartbreaking is that?
Aye, the way the rules have just changed.
Aye,
I know what you mean.
the amount of games you need to do to qualify, even try and qualify, do you know what I mean, and then Rangers just, if they win the league,
I
you
still
go,
think
alright,
Celtic will pick themselves up. I still firmly believe that Celtic will win.
it's a
the
long
league.
way to go.
Do you still think they'll win it?
honestly,
Aye.
mate, I just
Aye.
think that they're playing too bad now that I think something's got to change soon.
Do you think something will change?
when
Though? That's a big thing.
Yeah, I
What-
think it
But
will.
see, the thing is,
what changes?
no, but see, the thing is, they're
I
still,
don't know, you've got real quality in that Celtic team, it's just not clicking now.
everybody's
for whatever
everybody's
reason.
saying Lennon Newton,
And
well,
do you-
everybody was saying Lennon Newton, all that, right, but they're obviously still playing for the manager. Do you know what I mean? It's not like they've gave up.
I'm not so sure about that.
I
You
don't
don't
know
know?
about that.
You don't
Well,
go out and beat Motherwell 4-1
I
and
mean-
you're not playing
I
for
mean-
the manager.
But that's why I think there's something going on behind the scenes. Isn't there? There's got to be something.
Do you know what I think it stems from? But it all stems for that, if you want to leave, tell your agents to contact me, and then nobody left. So it was happening in there.
But
And
then after that, he's going to beat Motherwell. So is it just a case of
I don't know, man.
The
It's
hard-
just a hard
like
one,
in the
isn't
league,
it?
it's-
you have seemed to pick up again a wee bit.
But the
you-
hard
you
thing
can't-
is,
you
but
can't
it's
have two-
momentum.
You can't have two good games and then one bad game. It just doesn't
That's
work
the,
like
that's
that.
the big,
Especially
that's the big
Celtic.
thing. But
Aye,
we,
it's just not allowed.
we're not given any chance to build up momentum.
What was it? Was it one win in the last 6 games or something like that? That's
Was it?
like,
That's not
that's
good.
what I mean. That was the start, and that's the first time that's happened for about.
That's relegation for him.
Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about that, by the way?
What?
About the Rangers players having a gap and
Oh,
all
who
that.
was it again? The
Jordan
Jordan
Jones.
right, surely he's
Edmonton.
surely he's finished it.
Jordan
Rangers.
Jones career's done it.
Do you think that's him?
At
them
Rangers.
both-
Surely Jordan Jones anyway.
That's
That's
them
a
both
second
done at
chance.
Rangers? What do you think?
I would never have them anywhere near the team again.
Really? Why?
Aye.
Why?
I
Because
suppose
Because
one
no, right,
team,
so right, we are literally right in the best position we've ever been in years. Right, we're top of the league. Everything's going really, really well. Right,
Yeah.
and then they go and put everyone at rest. Not even that. So what happened is they went out to a party, and the only reason they got caught is because the police came to the party and obviously booked Jordan Jones and Edmondson. So then Rangers found out through that.
Right.
So they weren't going to
Tell the
tell Rangers. So they were
Mhm.
going to come back in. So say they go to a party, come back in. Don't say they didn't have it right. But even then, they're still breaking guidelines. And then what if Rangers get, the next 3 games banned or something? So they've put everyone else's hard work. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure there's been players in the Rangers team who've missed parties, their families, and not seen any of their family in
Same as
years.
everyone.
But then they've went behind their teammates' backs for their own sake.
That's
Then they're
it.
not
Do you
part
know-
of the
do
team.
you
And
know
it
for
is
me-
me
do you know
loyal,
for me
so I
it's
don't
an
want them
absolute
anywhere
joke,
near it.
and it's the whole Scottish thing. It's happened for years. What's the consistency?
What do you mean?
Ball and goalie done that. Celtic get fined, heavily fined, and obviously Ball and goalie get the match ban. Aberdeen players went out to a pub, by the way, which was completely allowed at that point, and then
Was it allowed?
I
it
don't
was
think
because
it was allowed.
we're in a pub, they were allowed to be there.
How come? How if they get
And
fined?
no,
in that,
because they got it, and it was
Who
end up with the camp.
Who invited Nicola Sturgeon?
You know? and then obviously they all get heavily fined
was allowed?
and they get suspended bans and all that, and then it happens at Rangers, and it's
But-
well done Rangers for dealing with it.
Because as soon as Rangers found out, the players never came back in.
As
The
soon
players didn't enter the bubble again.
But as soon as Celtic found out, Ball and goalie never see it, but it's only when Celtic found
Aye,
out.
but it's because
He
Ball and
played
Goalie
the
came
game.
back in.
Aye, but Celtic didn't know
Aye, it's
that.
not Celtic's fault.
Yeah,
but
so I
It's
don't
Ball and
I don't
goalie.
understand how that's like. It wasn't Aberdeen's fault it happened either. But I don't understand why they get hit with fines
Just
and
I think
Rangers
it's
don't.
probably just the whole fact of them getting a flight. It's probably just a
Aye,
bit
Ball and
different
Goalie, no,
to
but aye, that's fair enough if they just went off
I
that
think-
one
I think-
example. But Aberdeen got it as well. They get a hefty fine and all the players got like suspended.
I don't know, man.
That's-
But what do you say? So you seemed quite shocked by that. Said that they shouldn't be back in. What do you not think?
I think. Oh, on you go, Jack. Sorry.
He was
Floor
talking
you-
to
no,
him, to
floor
be
you-
fair, so-
Sorry, mate. I
I
was
just
just
got a point on it when you go.
No, I was just going to say, surely you must think that Jordan Jones is done. He's had That's his second chance now.
Right,
and he's got it.
done his cruciate going through ball and goalie or
I
not?
don't understand how.
And has he even done
Mohammed?
anything at Rangers when he's played?
No,
Really?
see, to be
Has
honest,
he?
like, see when he
I'll
plays,
be saying
I think he actually does look like a player, right? But he says he's a big Rangers fan and all that, and he's just never shown anything. I think if you're a big Rangers fan, nobody would have ever done that. If you're a big Rangers fan, and I might be looking at it too bad, but I just think it wasn't a case of if you're negative then nothing happens. Even if you've went out and you come back negative, you're still getting repercussions for the whole team. I just think it's so selfish, and I know it's hard and all that, like not to go to parties and stuff, but see if you're on a big wage for a big team and like it's your job just to at least have a bit of responsibility, like it's just such a, and even other teammates must be looking at him and
What you doing?
you're not part of this team anymore.
Well, see if he's your teammate and you're obviously doing everything you can, working hard, and then they're out going doing that. You want to put him against the wall, wouldn't you?
Something like that could easily affect you. Do you know what I mean? That could. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Something like that.
Just like you're banned for 2 games and then we're off for a while, and then
Basically, ball and goalie done that. That's when Celtic started going a bit wobbly, I think.
exactly, and that behind at the start of the season for Celtic missing the games is just always put them.
Well,
Aye,
ball
do
and
you know-
goalie.
That was a start of it all,
Well,
really.
the ball and goalie thing made us miss the game against a heavily weakened Aberdeen side, which would have been a difference of 2 points possibly, because we obviously drew with them. So that's a big difference.
I think it's all a splits and maybes in it. The bottom line, it's a really selfish act what they've done. Put Rangers in, do you know what I mean, a position to basically force them out the door. Do you know what I mean? It's like, as a footballer, do you do that? Do you know what I mean?
It's one of the ones, but this is the first time that Edmondson's really done anything wrong.
I know.
This is like Jones' like 4th time or something.
I
doing
know.
stuff wrong.
Like, there's no chance Jones for me. I can't imagine. I don't think Gerrard liked him anyway. I don't know. Just get a feeling, but
Nah, I can't.
Was
Edmonds-
Jones his player?
you
Did
can't
he
do-
sign him?
what?
Did he sign Jones?
I think so, aye. I think it was.
Well, I think he did, because one of his first games was.
I don't know.
Was it
'Cause
not
he
like-
signed. Remember, he signed in the January,
aye.
and then was.
I
there
seen
in
that.
the
Did he
summer?
not score against yous? When
I don't think.
I think
no.
he
No,
scored-
he did. He scored it
I-
at Rugby Park.
I know he
Minded
did, but
pre-contract.
I don't think it was Gerrard signing.
I don't know. I
I
couldn't
don't
tell
think
you.
so. Because
I
who else
just-
came? Greg Stewart came as
I
well.
just remember
I
Gerrard
don't
was
think they were
raging at him
his
after when he gets sent off. I just remember seeing Gerrard and Gerrard was raging with him.
He
when
done
he
his
gets sent off.
cruciate. He was on for about 5 minutes. Get sent off.
I just kicked, basically just booted him.
But for Edmondson, I don't know. It's his first thing, and he's young.
Is he not?
But
is
just
he
for
not
me,
honking?
no, he's quite good.
Is he?
Huh?
I don't know if
But
I've seen enough of him.
I don't know. You can't do one without the other. Basically, that's what
Yeah.
I think.
That's
But
true.
We'll go to the other side of Glasgow in Europe. Obviously, it looks as if he's all battering Benfica. Obviously, I'm down to 10 men.
That'll be better.
I think
What happened?
he's did, to be fair. He's battled Benfica.
I watched the highlights and I could have been more than 3.
See, the annoying thing is, but it's. See if Kent finishes that, game's done.
Oh,
Oh no.
There was a couple more chances, but was there
No,
not?
no, but Kent was a big one.
but
like,
that's the level Rangers are at now. Do you know what I mean? They are battling
I
Benfica in
guess
Europe.
you'd probably associate them as a Champions League team, Benfica,
Yeah,
no,
no,
wouldn't
they
you?
are.
Definitely.
Aye, so that's
But-
like.
But
even
then-
you look at Porto, they were in the Champions League and Rangers battled
Aye.
them
But
last
even
year.
then, it feels like a loss, doesn't it? Because it's like
Oh,
the
Mate,
last
I've
one.
never. Like, I was just so like I couldn't believe it, mate. Like, cause no, it's not even that. It's like see at 3-1, I was just like we were battering. them.
Oh,
Like
I
it was
know,
like
I've seen it.
I remember,
No,
mate.
definitely.
Honestly, I was going to say this in the podcast. I remember sitting when we were 3-1 up and we were battering. I was going to come on here and say that we are playing like one of the best teams in Europe right now, right? And I was going to say that to myself, and then I watched the rest of that game. I was like, right, don't die ahead of yourself,
Yeah.
because see, literally we are playing
It just
great, right? But
Changed
see-
so quickly, didn't it?
see in Europe where like you've 10 men or 9 men, literally see if it's Benfica, mate, they've got like 2 bits of quality in their team and basically it's a goal.
Well, the
mate.
thing is, because obviously you conceded very early on.
Mhm.
See if Benfica don't get a man sent off. Is that that's obviously a completely
Nah.
different game, but
Well, it's a completely different game, but
I don't think he's running
I don't
right
think
as
you
much as he's
I
doing.
don't think you can take it off them. Do you know what I mean? I think like over the course, like Rangers battled
Before-
them.
even up until the man got sent off, they weren't battering us. We were battering them, and then that's the reason they got a man sent off.
Before the start of the game, you would have took a draw, but looking into the
Aye.
game, you must have been
I
gutted.
tell you, sort of,
But if you're 3-1 up,
Because it was pretty similar to the Celtic Lille game. I mean, Celtic probably should have won that game.
I
So
did
look-
that not feel like a loss. I mean, it's different because
I mean,
it wasn't the
obviously at
last
the
minute.
start-
But
no,
start-
but it wasn't even that. It was more the fact that we were on a bad run. So the draw was a wee bit like.
I was
alright,
still
worst could have happened.
disappointed, considering we played well and we had chances to make it 3-1.
and now obviously we've been out, like that 3 points would have been so much more. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
It's
but I don't know. I think that's just Europe. You could probably get away with it against the lesser teams, but see a Benfica, you have to be switched on.
I think any team in Europe really, but
I
any
don't
team
know,
in
no,
Europe.
I think there's, see, to be honest, I think there's a lot of bad teams in Europa League. Like, I'm not even joking.
No,
I think
Well, look at Slavia Prague, mate. That was one guy up. They had a couple of decent players, and then that guy's got a hat trick. And then was it the wee boy in the wing looked decent. Apart from that, they looked pretty average.
I think at the levels, you know what I mean, the margins become so small that
no.
that wee one lapse of concentration.
That's what I
they're
mean.
in. Do you know what
It's
I mean?
not-
Even
what's-
look
you-
at
you-
last year, but like
Give the ball away in midfield at Europe and that, you can get punished straight away.
That's
You look at
exactly
this,
like
like,
that's what I mean.
Darfield gave the
Cluj-
ball away and it was
Sorry,
just
but-
Slap.
like Europa League's it's such a weird competition because look at it last year. Cluj put out Lazio.
no. No, last year in the Champions League.
Exactly.
Celtic beat Lazio twice, and then Lazio who's it beat Dortmund.
Aye.
I mean, Celtic beat them twice. So it's
Rangers
mad.
absolutely battered that. What's that Danish team, Midtjylland or something?
Aye.
Now they're in the Champions League.
They are
Ferencvaros.
Copenhagen didn't even get into Europa League again, did
Celtic.
they?
No.
No.
Well, like Celtic beat Leipzig, was that 2 seasons ago? And then the following season, Leipzig are in the semi-final of the Champions League. It's mental. With more or less the same team, a couple of different players. But
Timo Werner. He
Does
was
it,
time for that.
but see, to me,
I think he was fit.
is that no?
Nah.
Does that
think
not
so.
like scream to you that Scottish football should be doing better? We should be like spending more money to get like because look at all these look at all these teams that are like doing
I'm
this.
excited.
I've got a very good point to make.
Go
Go
on
for
then.
it.
Right.
Got to back up, man.
Stress sounds so bad. Like, whatever. Like, the value of Scottish players is disgusting.
Oh, it's an absolute joke.
Right, we'll just talk about, we'll go back. Lyndon Dykes, 1 million. McBurney, 20 million.
I know.
Somebody
that
has
is mental.
decided
Nah,
that
that's-
McBurney is 20 times more valuable.
It's
Yeah.
night. It's night and
Probably
day.
what,
Isn't it?
12 million?
He's
That's
another one. Ollie, it's
Oh,
a
aye.
good point, Ollie, but don't rate him. Tall.
No, but like what
He's
team-
rapid.
He doesn't even get into Scotland.
He's like a good athlete, but
Aye.
he's got a
That's
touch.
it.
He's got a touch
Oh,
of
but
trampoline.
That's it, aye.
At least he's rapid. What's McBurney has actually got nothing.
By the way, pull your socks up, son.
Oh, McBurney.
He's
Wow.
trying. He's trying
How
to be.
annoying is that,
He's trying to be Jack Grealish, isn't he? I mean, Jack Grealish is a player.
That's
Trying
all-
to be Alex
all
Morgan,
Williams.
mate.
No, but right.
McBurney couldn't trap a medicine ball.
I want to stay on this, right? Because like, even Celtic paying 3 million just to get Shane Duffy on loan, but then you'd pay 3 million to get David Turnbull forever.
But
Like,
it's-
no, but you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a lifetime contract, man.
you want the
but
manager's
it's
job
like-
after this?
it's like, see, even if somebody come in right now for Conor Goldson, which I know you don't rate him either, right?
Do you
but
not?
You don't rate Goldson.
No, I don't. I mean, he scored
Wow.
2 goals.
I'm not going to say
No.
again that I don't rate somebody, man. Last time I done that I was about Barella.
No, I
so
don't.
he's just
no,
not the record.
no, he
mate.
scored 2 goals against Celtic, but I don't rate him as a football player. No.
Conor Goldson.
Conor Goldson, no.
I think he's been unbelievable.
To be fair, I
this
made a
season.
bad. I remember I said to you, I thought Shane Duffy was a far superior player to Conor Goldson. I'm
No, but-
really embarrassed about that
Sorry,
comment.
mate, I said that. I said I didn't rate Morelos, mate. He just broke Rangers.
Aye.
Europe talking.
So if somebody, so Goldson's playing brilliant, right? But I still don't think that if somebody was playing for him, we'd get any more than like 6-7 million. But then like down in England, you'll see like what was that guy's name? Ben White. He had quite a decent player. Right? He was at Leeds last season in the Championship. Right, he plays for Brighton, but Leeds wanted to sign him permanently from Brighton, and they were like rejecting like 30 million bids and all that.
That's just England, though. It's
Well,
just
here's like,
No, but like
Why?
where is the point of like our players like getting the value they're worth, like getting to tournaments and
do
stuff
you
like
know
that?
what
Like,
do you know what annoys me the most out of everything, right? You look at Grealish, right? All you hear is like, oh, he's amazing. He's like, I seen comparisons with.
I'm like Gascoigne.
Like Gascoigne, mate.
Aye, he's not that
Like,
good.
he's
not-
getting no, but
Really?
fair, right,
I'm
fair
sorry,
enough, no,
I
right,
disagree.
see before, right, fair enough, right, he's absolutely quality, right, but do you know what annoys me the most? McGinn. How good is McGinn playing? See if he was English, mate.
3 million. That's what I
No,
mean.
but see if he was English.
Celtic would didn't want to pay.
If
for
he's
him.
English, 60 million.
didn't want to
He
pay
would
for
have made
him.
a big difference at Celtic, John McGinn.
Giant
So if
Scottish.
he's English, he's worth 60 million straight away. That's
No, I
not-
take your point with English because obviously it's English. But just
Giant Scottish teams, but like affect the value of.
I think it's
Because you-
more people looking at the Scottish League.
No,
no.
it's snobbery.
But even Celtic do it. But if Celtic won't pay 3 million for John McGinn because he comes from another Scottish team, paying 3 million for Turnbull, it's like it's such low fees.
Yeah.
I know they're obviously just going to be like, you want 3, we'll double it. But like, even the fact they wouldn't pay 3 million for John McGinn, why? Do other Scottish teams not trust the value of
Maybe, aye, that's a fair point to be fair.
Because I don't know, I just think like even when I seen Turnbull see how that season where he scored like 15 in that, I was thinking like I wouldn't be surprised if he went for like 8 million, and then I was like 3 million. That's so
was
cheap.
it no at the time? Was there no an English team that was in for him? It was between I can't
It
remember.
was Norwich.
Aye, that's
They
it.
wanted 3
Norwich,
million as well, but see if a midfielder scored 15 goals in the Championship in England, how much would they go for?
Aye, no, it's true.
Like,
See if Morelos was to go, right, it's like how much do you rate Morelos, and how much would you actually realistically get off an English team for Morelos or a French team or whatever?
I think just like, I'm not really comparing him to like McBurney and that, because if I compare him to them, then he should
No,
be
compare Morelos to Morelos.
like,
Who would you?
I think
which would you rate
McBurney
him?
is like a £3 million player, right? Right, and in that terms, I would say that like Morelos is like 18, 19.
Right, let's be honest, right? The English League's quality is better than Scottish League. You can't argue with it.
No, it is.
Right? So you look at it and you say, yeah, Morelos or Edward, whatever, running riot in Scotland, brilliant, that's great and they're worth a lot. But when English teams look at it, say, is Morelos or Edward going to come up here and run riot like they do down Scotland? Probably no.
How do
Right? I don't think they
How
would.
Jelvi's done well for Everton when he came up for
How
Scotland.
do you know that though? You don't know.
No, but you don't know it. But I'm
Morelos-
just saying, I don't
Tierney's
think they can
walked into
basically.
the Arsenal team.
I don't think you can say they're definitely going to hit the.
No, I
the-
give
I
you
give
no,
you
no,
that.
no,
Yeah,
No,
no,
I know,
you
but
can't.
that-
But
that's where the price tag starts to come down.
But
I
it shouldn't.
think.
It shouldn't.
No, I
See,
don't
like
know.
that-
that's
You
the
can
business.
never, you can never sign anyone ever because you go, what if they don't play well for me? Any signing's a risk.
But it's
No,
not,
look
they're,
at-
not,
look
they're
at-
not just doing it in the league.
Look
They're
at-
doing it in Europe. Edward's playing for
Aye.
the under 21
I'm sorry, but
France.
Aye, exactly.
See, no, but
So
see
it's
you
like
at
every,
Celtic,
like every game when Edward and Morelos play in, they're scoring goals, doing well.
Well,
Colombia
just broke the record for.
Edward's too good for Scottish football.
No, but
No, that's
he
true.
just broke the record for under 21s most French
I'm
teams.
just saying, I don't think an English team would come at 40 million for
But
Edward.
I don't see how
Maybe not 40, but I think it would
20,
be
20
no,
or
but
something
no,
like that.
30 at a push, maybe.
See if you're Celtic, right,
Aye.
and somebody has paid 20 million for McBurney. How can you not say fair? How much was Joelinton? 40 million.
Was that the boy
How-
for
how-
That's mental,
how-
that's
Aye,
mental.
aye, that's a good point. He's
She has
Hammer on and off
no, but
40
wait a
million.
minute. She has a Celtic. Like, she has Celtic. How can you not say like you are buying these quality of players for 40 million and you think you're going to get him for half the price? There's not a chance in hell you're going to get him for half the
It's
price.
just, but basically what it is, English, they've just got too much money now.
What was that?
That's what it is, I
Aston
think.
Villa boy striker. What's his name?
Ollie
just-
Watkins.
No,
Samatta.
no, Watkins. He's doing well. No, the
Samatta.
foreign boy.
Or the Wesley or something.
Aye, Wesley. What
Aye.
did they sign him for? He was about 40 or not.
See,
Aye.
before,
And
see,
he's
he
got-
and he got a bad injury,
he
but
scored 8 goals in the season before.
Aye. And
Joe
then,
Linton
and
was
then they
like
tried to sign
7 or
tried to
something.
sign Edward for 20 million or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like after they just spent 40 million on
I just-
some useless boy.
I don't know why they accept it. Like, obviously, I do because they want the money, right? But like, I don't know. I don't see how you can buy players like that, and then when it comes to Scotland, just go, "Ah, you're playing a bad league, so we want them for half the price." It just doesn't. It doesn't.
I think it is
Makes
underestimated, like really underestimated. I do think the English League's much higher in quality, but I do think like
It doesn't mean there's not.
People-
no,
quality
I
players
didn't
there.
say that.
No, I
I'm
know.
just saying that
I'm saying
they're
from their
very
point of-
underestimated.
people,
What they are, do you know
people
what I
in
mean?
England basically, see, I think if we went down and were speaking to people in England, they'd be like, oh, Scotland's a 2-horse race. Basically, that's all
But
they think.
no, but it's
No, but
always,
see,
do you know what
Bill-
always is? But it's always that somebody that like supports Peterborough. So, like, shut up.
No, but see, the thing is, see people in England, if they're watching a game, like, fucking, for example, I don't know, like Hamilton v St Mirren or something like that, they're just going to be like that straight away.
Do you think
It's no good quality. But then see, sometimes when I watch English games, see, for example, it's like, I don't know, like a Brighton Newcastle or something, I wouldn't watch that, turn that off. I think that's a great standard.
it's not?
Do you know what I mean? Obviously,
then-
it's,
but
be,
then
it's,
they-
be, it's better than the Scottish example, but
But
at the same time.
Even like
That's a
Norwich
Scottish
came up last season,
Aye,
right?
basically.
Norwich came up last season and done like mediocre. Not mediocre. They done terrible. They relegated.
Abysmal.
But then I still got like 5 players in the team. Like that Ben Dodsley
Okay.
still went for like 20 million. Like they came in and got
Aye,
relegated.
that left back got a moving on, didn't he? The Lewis or something.
Aye, he went to Newcastle. And then the right back, Matt Tarrant, was linked with like
Like
Yeah,
Bayern
yeah,
Munich.
but-
Aye,
Aye,
aye.
So
that's-
how can they come up and get relegated and not play well at all and be an absolute terrible
How much did
standard?
Bellingham go for?
Bellingham, he was like 26 million.
He made it-
Played the
Aye.
championship.
He made his England debut the other day. I
No, I
know.
know,
It's
but
madness, isn't it?
like, no, but that's justified now because he plays for Dortmund, right? It's
But
a
is he
established
good?
team.
But how can you go from Birmingham to Dortmund?
I don't understand.
I don't-
For that money as well, I don't understand.
I mean, he must be decent in a way, but that's a big step up. You think Birmingham are like Sheffield United?
well, there's an example,
Dortmund?
Jack. You're saying that about the quality in English football. Is it that good, right? Obviously, there must be some sort of jump up from you go from Norwich to Dortmund, and he seems to handle it well because he gets a game for Dortmund. So there must be boys in Scotland that can easily go and play the English football and easily compete at that level.
No, 100%. You look at McGinn, for instance. McGinn was at Hibs.
McGinn took a step down and all when you think about it.
Very decent player.
Exactly, he went for
Done
the
very
championship.
decent at Hibs. Stepped up to Aston Villa. Not once did you say, by the way, that boy's out his depth.
Probably
He
been
took
Aston
it in his
Villa's best
stride.
player.
Do you know what I mean? And you look
Minus
at it,
Grealish.
where else can he go next?
Watkins has been decent.
That's where he was a couple of seasons ago. Hibs, and do you know what I mean?
Wait, can I say that big claim, right? Do you know you're saying about Taverna being top 10 Premier League team? Christie, easy top 10 Premier League team. McGregor,
Aye.
Premier League team.
Aye.
Barisic, Premier League team, top 10.
See with McGregor though, now he's back to I'm going back to Celtic. I think McGregor is I don't think he's been great for Celtic this season, and I think that's quite worrying because I think he's normally the most consistent player for Celtic. He's not been great, right? But then see the other night for Scotland, I thought he was brilliant. So maybe is that a turning point for him?
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Because I think
there's times where Cal McGregor's passing the ball at the pitch.
Aye.
When does Cal
when do you know? So when does he ever give the ball away? He makes everything tick. Man, see this season, I've seen him give the ball away hundreds of times. Seen him get overrun, but he played brilliant for
I
Scotland.
think
On
it's
it.
because see this season as well. It's like it's been so so much pressure on McGregor. Like there's nobody else around us been performing really. Like your Champs haven't been that great, and Scott Brown's everyone's been saying Scott Brown should be in the team. So it's like everyone's kind of not sure, but McGregor's the one that will always play. Whereas she was Scotland, it's like he's around all.
That's
these
what I mean. Though
other
McGregor's
players.
so consistent as you're saying in this season. I think he's just dropped. He's not been the worst player by any stretch, but
I don't know what that could be. I actually don't know, but
see, just getting back to price tags, right? The last thing I'll say about it. Do you think it's something to do with Scottish teams accepting too low an offer?
That's what I'm saying.
See if you're an Arsenal or a whatever, and you're going in for the likes of Edward, why would you go 40 million?
No, exactly.
Why would you do that?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean?
Right? And seeing like today's up market, right? Obviously, all these players going for all sorts, right? Do you know the hardest position I'd say right now to fill is a fullback. See, you get a quality fullback that does consistently play well, right? And you've got Rangers with Barisic, right? The Croatian starting fullback, and there's Premier League teams that will turn their nose up at paying over 10 million for him.
Exactly.
It's like what? It's like he's a 20 million pound
It's
player in
just-
any other league.
they just look down in the Scottish game. It's plain and simple. That's
No,
all it is.
you can
That is all it is.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
plain and simple.
Barisic plays in the Bundesliga, he's worth 20-25 million. And the do you know what I mean? If he plays in a bigger league that's not Scotland, he's worth a fortune. Same way, like you get, see if Christie was French, he'd worth a fortune.
Exactly. If Edward was for Sprinburn,
Aye, 2
We'd offer-
million.
8 million or something. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely mental. Trying what else I
Wouldn't
want
be
to
anywhere near the Celtic team. He's playing for Springburn. Playing for Springburn.
I know.
From Springburn.
Right, can I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago in the podcast, right? See Hamilton, they need to
Oh, we
go.
not even spoke about
They,
Rangers.
no,
though?
they need,
Okay,
no,
but-
Hamilton need to pack in the league, you know. Pack their bags and go. They are.
Really, actually,
Is
did
it
you
8 now?
know too many of them? What?
8-0 going on 20.
Mate, right.
And then see to top that off, they get beat off Stranraer the other night or not.
Did they?
Aye, beat straight
Did you know
after.
that?
Did you know that? Get beat off Stranraer, mate, straight after the game.
How's he still in a job?
What do you mean straight after you?
So see that, what's that thing called? Scottish
Cup?
League.
Yeah.
Aye,
Betfred Cup.
get beat off Stranraer.
Are they out? To Shanna?
Aye, Stranraer beat them 2-1.
2-1.
Straight after the Rangers game. So, I mean, and he's still got, I mean,
How's he still got a job?
8-0's like,
Who's
for
the-
any managers.
Brian Rice?
Aye.
Is it?
Did you not get called, what's his nickname?
Chipper.
I was going to say Chucky, there, but...
No, but how do you... And then he's got that absolute audacity to turn around and go, aye, well, Southampton get beaten 9-0 when they're top of the league. It's like, mate, come on. Hamilton Ackies.
It's Hamilton's time.
I mean,
I asked you right to
I mean, I think it's between the. I mean, personally, I'd like St Mirren to get relegated because I've got no time for St Mirren. for obvious reasons.
What?
But
Oh!
Aye, but
Because
obviously,
in a year
You need
again.
to
We're
tell
going
us.
back to under 15s.
I know, you
Aye,
need
let's
to
go, yeah.
like tone them out.
That's
Go
all
on
right
then.
on
Come
you.
on.
I didn't get a contract. Just move on.
Didn't happen.
Just move on, mate. But anyway, no, I think Hamilton will get relegated
He
because
deserves a contract.
Mate, you should play for. I'm telling you right now, you should play for St Mirren.
Thanks, mate, but I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
No, I'm telling you right now. You
But I
should play
can't
for St
thief,
Mirren.
mate. Don't tell me
That's
to
a
take
backwards compliment.
Have I ever seen a St Mirren player play right in front of me? Ever. But I know you to play
Did you
for
name a
St
St Mirren player?
Mirren. Aye.
Let's see, there's a couple of boys that are in the...
Name one.
That Kyle McGuinness got a move.
Obika?
He was in my team.
Obika, what a player.
Kyle McGuinness is good,
He
Jack.
should be 20 million.
Coming for him.
Did that McDennis not go to Hibs?
That's what I mean.
Aye.
Did he?
Aye. He's a, no,
Is he good?
Yeah.
He's a good player. I think he's been playing out wide for Hibs though. I think he's
What
like
age is
maybe
I think
Yeah.
that's...
a year older than us.
Is he?
Aye.
Talk about price tags, just going back to that. Mate, Rangers paid 50k. 50k
Mhm.
for Glenn Kamara.
He was out of contract.
I
last
was-
Aye, but 50k,
I'll give
mate.
you. I like him. I think he's a good player.
Mate, see,
And I don't praise Rangers players, but I think
he
he's a
came
player.
up.
Scottish
Came-
Kante.
Mate, he came
Scottish
up.
League Kante.
He came
So
up
Scottish.
playing for Arsenal, right? So you obviously know you're not
obviously gonna be a
going to
player.
play with Arsenal, right, for no reason, right? You're obviously about some. Goes to Dundee and he was just easily just like above it, and you could just see straight away. So it's like stouting and believing. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if you buy him for 50k, like
Mate, he's
Oh.
unbelievable.
The only
how much would he go for now?
Oh,
Bet you know even that much.
no, but he should be.
2 mil.
like
He
he's
should
no,
be. He
he's a
should
good
be
aye.
between.
What?
Aye.
2 mil?
Is that
I
how much
reckon-
did you say?
I'm not saying he's worth that, I'm just saying that's
Was
how
it?
much he would
Was
go
that how
for.
much? Was it 50k?
Aye, no,
Is
you,
that
you get.
I honestly think
get about 8 or
between
9
five-
million.
Aye, 5
What?
or 10 million.
Aye, you
I
get.
think he's. Mate, do you know the only thing?
I don't
Mate,
think that
Glenn
much.
Kamara's been
He's a
unbelievable.
player, he's not 8
He is a- he's a good player.
I reckon I said 5 and 10. Between
know,
5 and
8 or
10,
9
I
is too
reckon.
cheap for him, but that's what we get.
Do you know what I'd say though? It's quite. I know I'm saying this is quite weird. He doesn't score goals. I know he scored against Benfica and that, but he doesn't
Aye.
really score
He
it all.
never
He's neat and
scores.
tidy in that.
I nearly forgot, but I do need to come for them here, right?
Right.
Do you know I've been saying it the whole time that Hibs can't get points after MD. Beat off Aberdeen again.
You just hate to like him.
You hate
No,
him.
I like Hibs.
You should,
I want it.
you should be hating Hearts more than Hibs.
No, I kind of want Hibs to do better than Aberdeen, but they just can't beat a big team, can they?
Aberdeen are good. How did
Aberdeen
Aberdeen?
are good.
What? What?
Is it just us that had that voice crack there? Aye.
No, I didn't hear it.
No, but
I didn't
they can't beat a big team.
What?
They can't beat a big team.
Why?
To be fair, since he said that, I've struggled. But he has.
No, we
Yeah,
need. In fact, do you
It's
know
the
what?
first decent call he's made.
McBurney, Golden Boot, Euro 2021. I'm putting a tenner on it.
See if that comes up, I'll buy that Preston top off you.
You're not getting it. This is worse than the Club America, isn't it?
Obviously, it's worse than the Club America.
That's the worst top.
Why Preston?
What
I
even
don't
is
know.
that?
Like what?
Is that a lamb?
I didn't buy it. I found it. No, I didn't.
You
Find
found it.
it. My gran worked
Bit of
for
your
it.
rating
Grand.
bins.
Your grand
you
what?
threw it on there now. You found
I
that,
found
didn't you?
What's your grand's name?
Why would
Which
did
I
one?
just want to know. What
You're into his granny.
What's your
You get a hang for
What's
grand?
your
What's
first name?
Betty?
Margaret.
Betty.
That's the most made up grand name
No,
I've ever heard.
that's my grand's
Wait,
name.
one of-
That's every grand's name.
That's
What's
my
your- that's
Mate, one of my gran was called Betty, you know. I swear you called me.
Who's your-
Elizabeth.
No better anyway.
What
What
was it?
do you mean?
What was her
What's
name?
your grand's name?
Maggie. That's what I
Mate, what's your
guess.
grand's name?
Big Helen, isn't it?
Helen.
Helen.
Aye, Helen.
That's a Mo's name, isn't it?
Aye.
That's alright.
Young enough to be a man.
What was it? What was it? So was it Elizabeth?
Yeah.
No, it was fucking Carol.
Good
That
one,
was
mate.
awesome.
Good part, mate. Good part.
Look at him.
Oh, that is
You checked the time there,
I
eh?
was
Right, we've
just going on a wee bit of
We've not
chemistry
spoke
there,
about
mate.
football in about 5 minutes now, but I quite enjoyed
Aye.
that.
Because to be fair, I don't even know how much of this I'm actually going to be on film.
Have we
And the
spoke about
picture,
enough
'cause I've got-
football?
I've got his ears absolutely covering me with the camera.
Who's?
Covering my face and all that fucking big.
He's coming from you, mate. You're coming
Aye.
from you, no.
I've had enough breath jokes. I'm coming for you, mate. With big
It's
absolute ears,
stinking
mate.
to be fair, mate.
Got a taxi with the doors open, man.
Right, yeah, well, they used to just sit and insult each other for 2 minutes. I just want to sit and hear it.
Oh, I could hear what they are.
Go on then.
Who's got the better Scotland top?
Obviously
good
me.
question.
I've got 10 on it as well. So.
Because you think you'll run about thinking you're an absolute player.
Are you alright?
Who was the 10 for? The amount of teeth you've got?
You like a
Mate, I'm
teeth joke,
coming
didn't you,
I'm
man?
coming back on this.
Face is going red, eh?
I know, mate. Beetroot.
That is a bit warm in here.
That
isn't
is
it?
warm
I
in here.
know.
Sweaty,
Mate, this is-
sweaty Betty, man.
This is probably one of the best ones.
Mm.
That's up here. This was last time Scotland were good.
Is that
before
Kenny,
this
wait,
time.
Kenny Dalglish?
That's a Douglas number.
Is it?
Aye.
Hmm.
That's a classic, mate.
No bad, man.
I can't beat it. Better than
This is,
Preston anyway. What's your top doc?
I believe it's Primark or River Island. But anyway, I still think it's better than Preston.
He's been quite good.
Doc?
Aye.
Oh.
He's enjoyed
Which
it.
I think we're
You've
been alright,
You've
eh?
enjoyed it, haven't you?
Aye.
It's been decent, mate.
You need
Aye.
Get
you
him
buy
and
yourself
cut
that
back on this,
He's
mate.
like,
Am I allowed back on it?
Didn't
What?
know.
What are you laughing at?
just his joke, but
Was it shy, aye?
Only person I've ever seen with hair the same colour as her teeth, but
My teeth are neat.
My teeth, they're not orange, mate. That's not funny because they're just no orange.
That's a sin, man.
He's finished, eh?
Is that us then?
Hopefully with that shite pattern, but...
He's rattled, man, I've rattled him.
Right, we'll leave it
Right,
at
I'm
that.
bored of you.
Cheers, guys.
Right, catch, bye-bye. Good night.